Hi, I'm Dave Graybill, host of the Fishing Magician Outdoor Cooking Show. We're at Curlew Lake visiting someone that we met just a couple of years ago. We are at the home away from home of Jack and Dee Walker, and they have been spending 5 months a year at Tiffany's Resort right here on the shores of Curlew Lake just to come up to enjoy the trout fishing, Jack. And the trout fishing at Curlew Lake is something.
It is really great. And they have fish pens and they keep it stocked really well. And the fish in this lake is probably has the color from all the freshwater shrimp in this lake. They have a terrific red color. Looks like freshwater salmon or fresh steelhead right out of the ocean.
Now that's what makes it special. That's why I got excited knowing that Jack was going to be here. And we got an invitation to the dinner table at Jack Walker's because he said not only Curlew Lake trout, the best he's ever tasted from any lake in this state and beyond.
That I fished in.
Absolutely, because there's a special quality about Curlew Lake trout. And he's found the best recipe. You've cooked hundreds of trout, I'm sure, over your lifetime.
We've had parties here, 30, 40 people. Everybody donates fish, and I do the frying, and it was just, it's a simple recipe, doesn't take much, but I guarantee you, you do your trout in it, and it will change the taste of your trout for you.
That's just what we're looking for. We always like, and you know what Jack just said is interesting, that we look for great ways to prepare all kinds of different things, you know, whether it's fish or some kind of meat dish or chicken. And we find that often it is really quite simple.
This is really simple. It's just, I'll show you how I do it here in a few minutes, and then I'll show you how we cook it and what we cook it in, and it's something that any lady in the house can do.
Well, if you and I could do something like that, it must be pretty simple, huh, Jack?
It is simple.
You know, we have some other items on the menu besides your special recipe of cooking rainbow trout. What else do we have on the menu here tonight?
Well, my wife has going to bake a potato for you, and she's going to have some coleslaw that she has a recipe that she makes really good. And then we're going to have some pickled asparagus, and for dessert we're going to have mashed strawberries and ice cream and cake.
Oh boy, oh boy.
I hope you don't put on a few pounds.
Well, I tell you, that's what we like to specialize in this particular show. It's outdoor cooking, and here we are outside of your Terry trailer in the block. This is so comfortable here with your awning, and you've got the wind blocked out here. This is really roughing it for outdoor cooking.
Well, it's really pleasant for me and the wife, and then the owner, Doug, he is my right-hand man. And you come here, and there isn't nothing that he won't do for you. I'm not really trying to advertise for him. I'm just being honest that he's that type of guy.
Well, it takes a special person to run a resort like this, at Tiffany's Resort. There's all the cabins, there's docks, there's a lot of work to do to keep a place up like this, and people come back like you for years and years.
Yes.
Because of the Doug and Lynn and the way they treat the people that come here.
They treat everybody the same. And if something goes wrong, why, Doug, he'll go. I've seen people break down on the highway out of town, and he goes and picks them up and brings them here, and his wife does the same thing. She's as good as helper as she can be.
Well, that's great. I understand that Doug and Lynn are going to join us for dinner a little later
They are.
on.
I think that I told them to come because they do so much for me, and so I didn't want them to miss out on it.
That's wonderful. So we'll be able to meet Doug and Lynn, owners of Tiffany's Resort, a little bit later on. So I'll tell you what, I think we got just about everything. One question I have before we switch gears here. How come you got 3 different color eggs?
Well, the green one is out of a brown chicken, and the white one is out of a white chicken, and the brown chicken's out of a brown chicken.
Well,
the brown egg, I mean. But,
we even have a variety of eggs for our mixture tonight.
I buy these eggs from the country because I like the real rich yolks.
Right, and I knew that those were farm eggs when I saw them
Yeah, they
because
are.
they're not uniform like you buy them in the
No,
grocery store.
they come small, extra large, and large.
Well, that's terrific. I see Jack's got everything lined out here.
Well,
To
we
show
don't
us how
have
we put-
we'll bring the fish out of the refrigerator, but we've got the stuff out here, and I'll show you how we do it. And
That's another thing. I'm
how
glad
it's
you mentioned
very
that.
simple.
Very simple, and also I want you to talk a little bit about how you get the fish ready before you
I
even
will.
put that
I'll
mixture together.
explain to them.
All right,
All
well
right,
this
when we
is
get
going
the
to be
fish-
fun. I'm hungry already. This is just going to be fantastic. So
We'll get ready.
we'll get everything ready to go, and when we come back, we're probably going to see some of the best rainbow trout.
Honey, you are not gonna believe this. I bought Pepsi Next.
What's Pepsi Next?
It's the new cola from Pepsi. It's got real cola taste, but 60% less sugar.
Real cola taste. 60% less sugar.
Yeah. I know.
It's unbelievable.
But this is the most impressive thing I've ever experienced in my entire life.
Oh, definitely. Let me get a camera. I've never had anything like it. My parents are gonna flip.
Yeah, they're gonna be so proud.
Introducing Pepsi Next. Drink it to believe it.
Are you getting this, honey? It's going viral.
AmeriGas is the nation's largest supplier of propane and propane equipment. With over 650 locations all across the country, you can sleep easy knowing AmeriGas is right there to serve you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Are you building or buying a home? Ask your builder to make it propane. Make it AmeriGas. Learn more about the outstanding fixed pricing and affordable budget payment programs offered by AmeriGas.
Log on to Amerigas.com.
AmeriGas, America's propane company, has a shopping list of all the things their product propane can do. Commercial business use, home heating, water heating, pool and spa heating, clothes drying, fuel for kitchen stoves, and of course, grilling. Propane is extremely affordable, clean burning, and extremely efficient. For a location near you, check your local Yellow Pages or visit us at Amerigas.com. Enjoy benefits such as automatic delivery, flexible payment options, and customer referral awards. AmeriGas, America's propane company. Reliable, safe, and responsive.
Well, Jack, you just brought out all the fixins for your trout recipe, and the most important ingredient I see is a platter of these beautiful Curlew Lake rainbow, and the color, as you said, is fabulous. Also, now I see that you've got, not only are these trout filleted, but they're skinned.
We fillet them, and then I bone them so that if you got children in the family, you don't have to worry about picking bones and being careful they get choked or anything like that.
Right.
And and they're ready to go to make, to fry right now.
Well, and I've heard people say, well, it's not really, if you have good quality trout, it's not necessary to skin them. However, the way that you prepare these fish, a lot of times if you put them in some kind of batter or whatever, when you remove the skin, then you removed all the good stuff that you've put on the trout.
Well, here's one thing that you have with trout. In any lake, they get a muddy that's from the lake works up, gets between their scales and their skin, and a lot of people say, well, they taste muddy, It's because they don't clean them quite right. If you're going to leave the scales on them, you want to get a wire brush or some kind of a heavy brush and scrub them really good and rub the hide so that you get all of the mud out of there. And then if you want to leave the skins on to fry, you're going to have a good eating trout. But so many people just don't clean them right. They gut them and then they don't. But they take the heads off, but they don't. They leave the scales and the slime, that comes on a fish, are left on them, and they're going to have a muddy taste a little bit.
Okay. Well, that's the first thing, and he's got excellent prepared trout fillets. Now, what is the next step in your process?
Well, if you're ready, I'll show you how we get this ready to fry.
Let's do it.
All right, now you can use, depends on how many fish you're going to fry, how many eggs you want to use. I'm going to put 3 in here. There's going to be 6 people, and I want to make sure that I have enough eggs. So we may overdo, but if there's only 2 people, usually 2 eggs, we'll do it.
Okay.
And then I beat these up really good.
And yes, I see what you meant. Those eggs, the color of these yolks is just something that is completely different than what you'd get at a store. Yeah, they're gorgeous.
And we beat this up really, really good. And get this prepared.
Yes.
Okay, now I'm going to beat it. I'm going to put about a half a cup of milk in it. I've done this so much I don't measure. I just pour.
He's like me. There's no measuring.
And then I beat that up really good in there. And it will lighten the color of your egg yolks. Takes a little time, but it's a real simple recipe.
Oh yes. Well, that's not a lot of time just to beat it up with a fork.
And once we get it done like this, then we take the fish and I lay them in there like this.
Oh, those are gorgeous.
They're a beautiful color. And I don't leave them in there very long. I put in as many as I can at one time.
You just want to get them nice and coated.
That's all you want to do, is coat them. And I'll put about probably 3 or 4 trout in there. And then I take them and I lift them and let them drain just a little bit. And then I put them, now these are rich crackers. And I grind them up really fine.
Oh, they are really fine.
And you grind them up really fine. And we run them through that. And then I lay them in a separate plate so that I can get them all done and then put them on the grill all at one time. Because you can't watch them and try to...
They cook quickly then.
They'll cook. I set the grill at 400 degrees. That's what they recommend.
Okay. And I see that this is, the rich crackers almost looks like brown sugar. It's that granulated.
Well, we really grind them
fine.
up.
That's good. Now, do you take a rolling pin or something?
No, I used to use a rolling pin or a soup can. And beat them up, and I got tired of it, so I went to town and bought me a food blender, a good one, and
okay.
I don't have to work so hard.
I like that.
So it goes a little better, and a lot of times me and the wife make up a lot of extra ones, so people here in camp that got onto my recipe, why we grind them up for them.
All right. Well, those are looking good. We've got our eggs and milk mix and the rich cracker that we're dipping them in. And I'll tell you what, when we come back, we're going to throw those on the grill and finish them off.
You are not gonna believe this. I bought Pepsi Next.
What's Pepsi Next?
It's the new cola from Pepsi. It's got real cola taste, but 60% less sugar.
Real cola taste. 60% less sugar.
Yeah. I know.
It's unbelievable.
But this is the most impressive thing I've ever experienced in my entire life.
Oh, definitely. Let me get a camera. I've never had anything like it. My parents are gonna flip.
Yeah, they're gonna be so proud.
Introducing Pepsi Next. Drink it to believe it.
Are you getting this, honey? It's going viral.
AmeriGas is the nation's largest supplier of propane and propane equipment. With over 650 locations all across the country, you can sleep easy knowing AmeriGas is right there to serve you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Are you building or buying a home? Ask your builder to make it propane. Make it AmeriGas. Learn more about the outstanding fixed pricing and affordable budget payment programs offered by AmeriGas.
Log on to AmeriGas.com.
AmeriGas, America's propane company, has a shopping list of all the things their product propane can do. Commercial business use, home heating, water heating, pool and spa heating, clothes drying, fuel for kitchen stoves, and of course, grilling. Propane is extremely affordable, clean burning, and extremely efficient. For a location near you, check your local Yellow Pages or visit us at AmeriGas.com. Enjoy benefits such as automatic delivery, flexible payment options, and customer referral awards. AmeriGas, America's propane company. Reliable, safe, and responsive.
Okay, here's the fun part. Jack's got everything prepared. His griddle's hot. We're ready to fry some rainbow.
We've got them egged down. We've got the Ritz crackers on them. Now we're going to take margarine and put on the grill, and I use quite a bit of this.
You can never use too much.
To cook them in.
Oh yeah, that's great. That's a nice big griddle. I bet that gets a lot of use up here at camp.
I got two.
Sure.
And we get this going, and then we'll put the fish on it. And then you add to it all the time.
Oh, just keep adding the margarine so that you've always got a nice good...
You've got a good coat of cooking.
Right.
Now the grill, when you first put it on, it'll cool down just a little bit.
Sure. Just be patient. It'll get back up to
It'll
speed.
come back up. And you want to watch it really close, because when it's cooking, you want it to be nice and golden brown. But when it's these size fish will cook, they will cook about halfway through or a little more, probably a little more before you turn them over. So looks like we're going to have about 3 pieces left.
For round 2, huh?
For round 2. And
Not
when
bad.
you do have too many, if you're just cooking a few at home in the skillet,
Yes.
or you have a grill, you always want to, after you cook one batch, you got to wipe it off every time, which most good cooks know,
Sure.
so it won't burn. If you put it on there, then if you don't clean it off, it will burn.
So in between batches,
You
wanna
got to
give it
clean
a
your
wipe it
grill or
down.
your skillet out.
Okay. That's
So
pretty cool.
it'll be,
It would change the flavor and color. Probably put a
well, it
too
makes
dark
a
to
black
cook.
looking if you don't
There you
clean
go.
your grill.
Yeah.
Now we're on there and we're
Oh.
cooking.
Yeah, I know we're cooking because my stomach is telling me it's dinner time.
Well,
Those just smell fabulous, you know, and it's interesting.
I assure you, this is going to be something that
I'm going to be
you
doing a
have
lot
never
more of
tasted.
this.
It's going to surprise you, the flavor that you're going to have in these fish.
Well, I just love this. This is a great thing, as you say. Very simple, but the aroma that I'm getting off of this grill is completely different than I have with any other trout. They're going to be very sweet, which is, I think, a function of both the sweet-meated trout and the crackers themselves.
A lot of people, they're probably going to watch us do this and they're going to wonder if we salt it. We don't salt it because with the rich crackers having the salt in it, it seems to me that it's just about the right amount of salt that we have for them. And of course, I always figure if they want a little more, they can sprinkle it on. But
that's right.
The Ritz crackers really does a good job that way. Now I'm going to have to quit talking a little bit and watch my fish.
Well, and as you say, you've got this, you like to get it up to about 400 degrees.
Yeah, that's what they recommend to do,
Yeah.
is 400 degrees.
Sure. And that's 9 fillets on
Yeah.
that size griddle. That's a pretty good sized meal that you're being
Well,
able to
I
prepare all
could
at
probably
once.
lay them this way, but if you notice that the coils in the grill go like this, so I try to lay them right on the coils because it's more even heat.
There you go. That's really smart.
Well,
Oh boy. This is going to be a treat. But I think this really enhances the experience for any family that is, say, new to trout fishing and they're learning how to catch trout, and they probably don't know the first thing about how to cook them.
well,
If
a
they're
lot of
new to
people
it.
don't. A lot of people, they come up here. I help with all kinds of people to teach them how to fillet and teach them how to clean them.
Yeah.
And they come here and the maybe first trip and and a lot of times they don't come with the right equipment and stuff, and so I'm kind of Doug's PR man. I
There
try to
you
help
go.
I just like to help everybody make sure they catch fish before they go home.
That's right. Jack Walker's School of Trouting.
AmeriGas is the nation's largest supplier of propane and propane equipment. With over 650 locations all across the country, you can sleep easy knowing AmeriGas is right there to serve you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Are you building or buying a home? Ask your builder to make it propane. Make it AmeriGas. Learn more about the outstanding fixed pricing and affordable budget payment programs offered by AmeriGas.
Log on to AmeriGas.com.
AmeriGas, America's propane company, has a shopping list of all the things their product propane can do. Commercial business use, home heating, water heating, pool and spa heating, clothes drying, fuel for kitchen stoves, and of course, grilling. Propane is extremely affordable, clean burning, and extremely efficient. For a location near you, check your local Yellow Pages or visit us at AmeriGas.com. Enjoy benefits such as automatic delivery, flexible payment options, and customer referral awards. AmeriGas, America's propane company. Reliable, safe, and responsive.
Honey, you are not gonna believe this. I bought Pepsi Next.
What's Pepsi Next?
It's the new cola from Pepsi. It's got real cola taste, but 60% less sugar.
Real cola taste. 60% less sugar.
Yeah. I know.
It's unbelievable.
But this is the most impressive thing I've ever experienced in my entire life.
Oh, definitely. Let me get a camera. I've never had anything like it. My parents are gonna.
Yeah, they're gonna be so proud.
Introducing Pepsi Next. Drink it to believe it.
Are you getting this, honey? It's going viral.
Well, here is the finished product. We've got beautiful trout fillet, baked potato, homemade coleslaw, homemade too on the asparagus spears.
My daughter makes that.
Isn't
and
that
it's
fabulous?
Terrific.
Well, I want to thank Jack Walker and his wife Dee for inviting us to their home here at Tiffany's Resort at Curlew Lake for a fabulous outdoor meal.
It's been my pleasure to have you.
It's camp cooking.
That's right. Everything tastes great.
It's better than a big
Isn't that fish good? Damn,
You like
right.
that fish, hon?
We got a new way to cook trout. We're going to be keeping some trout now. Yeah, I was telling Doug that, all the times we've been up here, we've never kept a single fish. Well,
Yeah, I know you.
that just changes today. We've got, I think, 4 in the live.
In this refrigerator, Doug.
Okay.
Did you run out yet? No, I still got 2 cases.
Oh. Glass
Ready?
it up.
Look at the camera. Yay, Trout.
Wonderful
Cheers.
experience here.
It's our pleasure to have
Dinner
you
at the
guys.
Walkers. Could be better.
Of course, my pleasure with Doug and Lynn is there. You can't say the words that they've been good and done for us, and we really enjoy coming up here.